everyone. It is Monday. Monday, I tell you. It is. I check. How are you tonight? What are you grateful for this Monday night? That is what we want to know about, what you are grateful for. On this first day of November. It is the first day of November, people. It is. And I am grateful to have you all here on this first day of November already. Tell me about your day. What you are grateful for. Hello, Adele and Dazzle. It is treat time, Dazzle. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. I'm glad you're all here tonight. I'm glad to hear. I hope you are all doing well. Happy November, a good sales day. Yes, it was. It's a great way to kick off a month when you start the month with a great day. It puts the mind and the store and everything in a great place. And we were right there with you, Kitty. We had a good kickoff to the day. A good kickoff to the day. It's nice when you get those texts during the day and somebody says, did you just happen to see that sale that just came in? I'm like, yes, I did see that. That is a nice way to start the day, a nice way to start the day, a nice way to start the month. It is indeed, as we are here on the 1st of November, the 1st of November. Let's get started tonight with our Good Morning, Good Night book. That is where we start every night. Tonight is no different. Tonight we are on page 64. Good morning. Crawl before you run, before you fly, before you ascend to greatness. And get some food in you. Maybe a banana. Vamos. I skipped the banana. Nice! $300 sale to kick off the day. Well, it wouldn't be another month if we didn't start by tearing off the old. We got to get rid of October. October's feeling a little heavy on the calendar. Boom! There you go. We are in November now. Woo! Right there. Nice and official on the calendar. How'd you finish out October? You do your October numbers? How did you finish October? I'm glad you're here tonight, Julie. I have a topic that is just for you tonight. I am glad you're here live tonight, Julie Jankowitz, because I have a topic coming up later that everybody's going to want to pay attention to, especially Julie Jankowitz. Well, it is a topic she owns. It's a topic she has owned since the beginning of this. And so I give credit where credit is due. But we're kicking off November here strong. People are kicking off with strong sales. October was up and over budget is what people are saying. Up and over budget. That is great too. I've heard lots of great things about October. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Because, I'm going to get there. Give me a minute to get back there. Hey, Michelle is here live. Great to have you here live, Miss Michelle, in Virginia. It is great to have so many of you here live tonight. You know what? I guess I got to do I missed. Hang on a second. Let's see if I still have it over here. In my pile. I've had so many things in my files to talk about. Oh, there it is. You know what I missed doing this week? And Adele thought I gave her mind a rest. I missed Friday night trivia. On Monday night, folks. Testing your brain on Monday night. 3 of these stories are real. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. One of them is fake. Can you spot the fake story? The first story, a new Instant Brands collab puts a streetwear spin on products like the Instapot, courtesy of Rude. Kanye West will hold a limited number of personal training sessions in partnership with Peloton. Story number 3, Hasbro is rolling out a life-size Ghostbusters Proton Pack prop that you can actually buy. And story number 4 is Rimowa dropped a space-inspired moon-crusted suitcase. So which of those is the fake story? Is it Instant Brands collab puts streetwear spin on products like the Instapot? Is Kanye West holding a limited number of personal training sessions in partnership with Peloton? Is Hasbro rolling out a life-size Ghostbusters Proton Pack that you can actually buy? Don't cross the streams. Or did Rimowa drop a space-inspired moon-crusted suitcase? Which of those is the fake story tonight? Which of them? Okay, so I promised you that I would work Einstein into this week. And there's no sense in holding out on Einstein because, you know, it is so important that we get your mind in the right place here to kick off this month. And it already is for so many of you. You had a good sales month in October, maybe better than you expected. Maybe still not normal, but better than you expected. And November sales are off to a great start. One day in for most of you. So that is a great thing. But I'm going to start with this quote from Einstein tonight. And Albert Einstein said, one of the most important life decisions you make is, do I live in a friendly or hostile environment? Do you live in a friendly or hostile environment? And he said that because how you view your environment, is how you view everything else. If you view that you live in a hostile environment, you will view things from a negative lens. You will put on negative glasses. Okay? You will frame everything from a woe approach. You will put everything through that. If you live in a friendly environment, okay, if you see yourself in a friendly environment, okay, you won't see things as hostile. Will bad things happen? Sure, bad things can happen. But more good things will come your way if you approach everything from a friendly environment. You know, I mean, I get asked this question a lot because I've had bad employees or bad things. I mean, I've got the whole chart here of just, and these were the only of the ones that were worth making the chart for, of bad things. And you look at that with your lens of, how do you trust that other employee? How do you deal with that next situation? How do you do that? And it's because I believe we live in a friendly environment. Okay, that the world is not out to get us. That, yes, there is bad things out there, but they're not lurking around every corner. They are not, and so I approach all of life that way. And is that the eternal optimist? Is that futile? No. It frames your mind. It opens your mind to receive good things. It opens your mind, your soul, your body to receive good things. When you open yourself up to that, you can receive amazing things. This is an amazing scientist that is saying this, okay? Albert Einstein, in his amazing mind, was not doing science around this, but it was science, okay? He said that making that decision is the turning point in many people's lives, and how you approach the world, how you deal with the world, whether you can always search out and find resentment. Is another way of saying you can always find. Somebody has a bigger car, somebody has a better this, somebody has. There's a reason that this caused that. There's a reason why I had a bad day. Somebody else's fault. No, you can always find. It's my brother's sister's ex-wife's girlfriend's mother's fault. No. It is taking ownership that you have a choice in your mind on how you approach the day and how you get taken with it. And if you're going to allow yourself to get kicked down or if you're going to allow yourself to get lifted up. And I know this is partly more a Self-Care Sunday message. And but I really wanted to work that in to start your month off. Because when I read about this, and I dug deeper on it. And you're like, okay, somebody's just making up some quote to attribute to Einstein. He's not here. I can't talk to him and everything about it. But, as I dug into it and as I dug into that, yes, choose happy. You can't train happy. You can try to. Okay. I mean, I say that you can't train happy with an employee, but choose happy. And that is what that is the message with that. And it comes from so often people that choose the other, that choose unhappy, expect everyone else to change when the change needs to come from within you. That change to choose happy comes from within you. Okay, that choice comes from within you. And so, yes, you have to choose happy. I love that, Heidi. Hey, Heidi, it's great to have you here tonight. But yes, you choose that from within you, okay? Because you have to change inside of you. You have to own that. You have to own that. And that is something, it is, as I followed this quote through, one of the things that I came across was talking about a snake bite. Okay. And follow me on this for a second. Okay. Because they talked about this. Okay. If you're bitten by a snake, the bite will not kill you. Okay, a snake bite in and of itself will not kill you. You can't be unbitten by a snake. Okay, so you can't undo the fact that you were bitten, but the snake bite itself will not kill you. If you allow the venom of the snake to sit inside your body, to flow throughout your body, to own your body, that can kill you. Okay? If you allow that to happen, okay, if you allow that to happen and you allow that to run through your body, yes, the venom, and you allow that to reside in your body forever, that will kill you. Just seeing the snake would kill me. I love you, Michelle. I love you, Michelle. But the venom, okay, and that is what kills you, versus if you choose happy, if you choose the positive attitude, if you choose this outlook, okay, that it is a choice to say the snake got me, I'm done. It is the choice to say that I am not going to let that venom in me. I'm not going to let that take hold of me. I am not going to let that control me. So don't close off your mind. Be happy. And it's a choice. That is the choice. Is, do I live in a friendly or hostile universe? Do you? Do you live in a friendly or hostile universe? It is your choice. It is your choice each and every day how you approach the universe in which you live. And I encourage you to approach it from a friendly perspective. I encourage you to look at the universe as a friendly place each and every day. Each and every day. That is my encouragement for you. That is part Self-Care Sunday continued, part kick off your November, and take control and own November. Own it, people. Like so many of you are already. Julie's World Friendly. All right, Julie. All right, so we had some guesses here on my which one is real and which one is fake. Is it Instabrands collabing to put a streetwear spin on products like the Instapot? Is Kanye West holding a limited number of personal training sessions in partnership with Peloton? Is Hasbro rolling out a life-size Ghostbusters Proton Pack that you can actually buy? And is Rimowa dropping a space-inspired moon-crusted suitcase? Hey, I'm just getting started, Heidi. I'm just getting started. Let's see. I know I had some guesses earlier on here. Julie hopes Kanye is fake. Kitty thinks number 3. And Adele thinks number 4 is fake, but all of them are fake. Well, I'm with you, Adele. That's the hard part with this. All of them sound fake. No, Rimowa did drop a space-inspired suitcase, moon-crusted suitcase. And Kitty, you can buy a Hasbro Ghostbusters life-size Proton Pack, so you are wrong as well. And you can get a streetwear spin on your Instapot, although I'm not quite sure why you'd want to. I just want to eat dinner, you know? So that makes Kanye West is not doing training sessions in partnership with Peloton. Too bad Jennifer's not here tonight in Florida live because she is a avid Pelotoner. She might have liked Kanye. I don't know. I don't get Kanye. So the other thing I told you I'd talk about, because we talked about October sales here, and we talked about November sales, and that, you know, for some of you, October was up or it was better, okay, than you expected, and for some of you it was really great, and some of you it was just better. And a question I have gotten a lot lately, okay, is how do I know if COVID is still affecting my business? How is it fair to still blame COVID on my business? And the answer is maybe. The answer to that is maybe. And so I'm going to dive a little deeper into what I look at to do that. Okay, to you know, my answer is maybe to probably yes, depending on where you are in the country. Okay, and what type of merchandise you sell. Okay. So let's start off with merchandise mix. Okay, COVID has hit clothing stores more, has continued to affect clothing stores more than it has affected home decor and furniture. Just straight up, that's nationwide. I don't care where your store is. And keep in mind, I look at everybody's real numbers. I'm not looking at what somebody's saying on Facebook, or you see them all the time on Facebook and everything is wonderful. I'm like, I'm not kissing and telling about anybody's numbers, but I can talk about it in the abstract here. And I see real numbers. I don't see what people just what people post on Facebook. I see truth in numbers. So I can tell you straight up that clothing numbers are affected more, but they are getting better, and they are getting better depending on where you are in the country. The more severe your lockdowns were in the country, the slower the crawl back. Okay, so some areas in the north are taking longer to crawl back in clothing. Some areas in the Midwest and pockets out west are taking longer to crawl back. It is not one specific area. That is, oh my God, everything is great. But I mean, I can take metros um, like Atlanta. I can take states like Illinois where I can say things are not 100%. I can take the Northeast where I can say things are not 100% for clothing. I can take these pockets across and say not everything is a straight line to woohoo, but things are getting better. Okay, things are getting better. So you need to budget for better too. You need to budget and try to keep everything in line with the expenses that you have, not the sales you wish you had. Okay, so you need to keep sales and expenses in line. You also want to keep an eye on a couple of key metrics. So that's what I wanted to talk about with this is because shopping is different. So even though um, even in areas where sales is coming back, shopping is different. Okay. Traffic may be down, but the amount that people spend is up. The amount of items they're getting is up. The average dollars per item is up. So, what are some key metrics to look at? Okay. Some key metrics that I like to look at and trend at. And I want you to look at metrics by more than the day, week, or month. And it matters in resale a lot. So, as an industry, I find you do have to work harder for the dollars. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You're working harder for the money. You work hard for your money. Oh, there's a song in there somewhere. Um, the the quarter means more in resale than the month, the day, or the week. Okay, and I've always believed that. Okay, I look more at quarterly trends when I'm looking at somebody's numbers. If I were sitting with you and looking at your numbers on an individual basis, even before the pandemic, I'd place more weight on the quarter than I would on the week, than I would on the month. It just levels things out more in this industry more than others, and with the way people shop, it just does. So it matters more now than ever. But there's some metrics that you want to look at to show some improvement. And some of you I know are already looking at them. And but the quarter takes the noise out of things, and what I call the noise. And well, 14 days is the smallest period that I like to look at, Michelle. But the quarter tells more truth. How's that? The quarter tells more truth, and 14 days is a better small increment, but the quarter shows more truth. And basically, what you want to look at is what percentage you are looking at versus 2019 at this point. What is your trend line? And you want to look at trend line for a couple of key metrics. Which I printed really small. The couple things I'm looking at is average sale. Okay, so I'm looking at average sale. I'm looking at units per sale. How many items am I putting in that transaction, in that basket? And it matters. Fractions matter. So don't take it out to 2 decimal points, but it matters. Units per sale. So 2.23 matters. 2.23 is not 2. 2.13 is not 2. 2.03 is not 2. Okay? Those fractions matter. Okay? Average sale, units per sale, and average price per item. Average price per item. So you want to compare those statistics during the same periods of time of 2019, and you want to be looking for an overall trend line that is improving. Okay, if your overall trend line is not improving, okay, I'm not saying that you're hitting 100% or 120% of where you were in 2019, but maybe in the first quarter you were hitting 70%, and now you're hitting 75 or 80%. Okay, of those numbers versus 2019. So you want your trend line to be improving. If it is not, we want to take a deep look at what else is going on in your business. Okay, what else is happening in your world? And, yes, the pandemic is still real. Yes, the effects of it are still real. But we got to look at other things if you're not on an improving trend line, okay? Because everybody should be on an improving trend line at this point. Even if you are not achieving 100% of 2019, even if you're not achieving more than 2019. And don't believe the noise or whatever you hear online. I'm telling you, don't believe the noise. Okay? Or don't compare your back of house to somebody else's front of house. When you compare yourself to another store, and this happens so often even when I meet with stores one-on-one. Well, how do I compare to Sally's store or Susie's store or Missy's store? Okay, and you're comparing your back of house, okay, because you know your real numbers, okay, or you know enough of your real numbers. I'm not saying that everybody's a calculator here. You know enough of your real numbers, okay, but you're comparing your real numbers to what you think they're doing in front of the house. Okay, you're comparing. I see them live all the time. It just says sold, sold, sold. They must have, not know where to put all their money. It's a load of crap. It's a load of crap, people. So don't compare that. Worry about you. Stay in your lane and worry about you and your lane. That is what I'm telling you. Okay, and stay positive. Okay, you live in a friendly environment. Stay positive. Stay positive. Stay in your lane. Sally's front of house looks really good out there. And so does your back of house, Michelle. You're living a better life. You're living a better life. You're living a better life. You are doing better. You are using your staff better. You are living a better life. You're living a pretty good life right now, Michelle. Okay, be happy for the blessings that you do have, but understand what they are. Okay. What else did I have here for you tonight? Hang on a second. I had two other things for you. Two other things. Oh, there it is. Like, where did I put things? Did you see the new Narts newsletter? It came out just before showtime. The new Narts newsletter is out. And when you flip a couple of pages in, oh, they're on page 5. What? A virtual winter seminar? December 4th to 6th. Put it on your calendar. It's right there in the Narts newsletter. Do you print these like I do and share them with your staff? Do you print them and share them with your staff? I share them with my staff, and I've got copies printed. But the Narts virtual winter seminar is coming up just a month away, people. Just a month away. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay, and lastly tonight, well, one more thing on numbers for a second. If you're really concerned about yours or your trend line or understanding your trend line, don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, I don't want anybody crying over their numbers or where they are. You're here to come out stronger and better than you were before, and that's what I'm here to help you with. So what is Julie Chankowitz preached since the beginning, since early on in this pandemic? Oh, narts.org/seminar for all the details. On narts.org/seminar for all the details and to register. Because I'm just giving you the highlight reel. Julie Chankowitz has preached to us since the beginning of this pandemic, since early on, not right at the beginning, but early on in the pandemic, to apply for grants. Grants. They're out there. Keep on applying. There are grants out there. Yes, Michelle, you got it. She has told us to apply for grants. She has. And there continue to be grants. They're very local. Okay, at this point. cities, towns, states, community organizations have been getting tons of this COVID money from the federal government to give local grants. And so I can't stress enough to keep an eye out, keep your ears peeled to the local stuff. We just found out today we won a local grant, and which is wonderful. And it was very specific. It was for marketing. Okay, it was a marketing grant. Okay, for small business. Okay, and it's not for nothing yet. Even for a company our size, $5,000 is $5,000. Okay, that helps. That helps, and it had to be used for very specific things, and that is what I'm telling you. These grants are out there. They're going to continue through next year. You're going to see this is not something to turn your ear off to, because there's going to be all sorts of grants now through next year. Okay. And they're going to be out there in your state, in your city, in your community. Indiana's got some going on now. The city of Providence, Arizona, Central Texas has got some now. Williamsburg, I know you're not Williamsburg, Michelle, but Williamsburg's got some. There's just all sorts of these very local grants that can have a little bit of money. And grants you do not have to pay back. That is the great thing. If you use the grant as you're supposed to, if you use the grant as you're allowed to, and this one was a little weird. They paid the company directly. So, you never see it, but, I see it because I get the invoice and I say, oh, no, they'll pay it. And it is such a nice thing. I like money out of somebody else's checkbook besides my own. Okay, so that is a wonderful thing. But there's going to continue to be these grants out there. So it is so timely that Julie was actually here live tonight so I could talk about that. But set up your Google alerts. Keep an eye on the local newspaper, because there's just going to be these things. And it's really for those who are paying attention. It is, are you paying attention in your city, town, and everything else? And this one, I thought I missed the deadline, but they still had money. And they're like, well, if your application is in and it qualifies, we'll be happy to fund it. And they did. That was another nice way to start off November. Okay. Another nice way to start off November, to hear that we're getting this grant. It is going to fund some needed improvements. So we are excited about that. That is really very, very exciting. So again, it's about growing. It's about, they want to see how businesses are surviving and growing their way out of there. That's what a lot of these upcoming grants are going to be, is how can you show that you have survived in your community and that you are a valuable part of it. So that is huge. And I can't, the other thing that people have with some of this stuff is pride. Put your pride in the freaking in someplace else, okay? Well, I don't want to, feel needy or whatever. You have been through so much. Don't if I put the money right there, don't put your pride. Don't make your pride so big. You're not that important. I'm sorry. Your ego is not that important. We all need help. Everybody needs help. Okay, so your ego is not so important. Get over yourself. Don't be afraid to be helped by these grants. It can really help. And, then it frees up capital to use for other things like payroll and other expenses that are costing you a fortune during this. So grants. Keep your eye out there, people. Keep your eye out there. Keep your eye on the prize because you are doing awesome. You are doing awesome. You know what else is awesome is this video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to nerds.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. Noon. All the files, all the links, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, you know what to do. Ring the bell, ring that bell, so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here every night at more 8 than ish live in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we roll every night. Tonight, we're on page 64. Our good morning is, good morning. Crawl before you walk. Before you fly, before you run, before you fly, before you ascend to greatness and get some food in you, maybe a banana. Vamoose, our good night tonight is good night. Brush your teeth before you sleep, before you dream, before you fly, before you change the world, and stay hydrated. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when I do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dinner, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.